Good morning, students. I hope you enjoyed the last week's class. For the first term in 8th standard, we have 3 units. Today, I am going to teach you the first unit prose. The first unit is about hobby and how it changes the people's life. Let us see about hobby. Yes, hobby. What is a hobby? A hobby is a regular activity done for enjoyment during one's leisure time. Hobby is nothing but a regular activity done for enjoyment during one's leisure time. Here, I listed out some normal hobbies. The normal hobbies are reading, writing, painting, sports, maybe indoor or outdoor sports, hunting, fishing, gardening, bicycling, cooking, shopping, listening to music, swimming, stamp collection, photography, etc. Yes, these are some normal hobbies. Yes, do you know hobbies are unique to people? Unique means different or uncommon. For example, in your house, your mom is fond of cooking and your dad is fond of watching news channel and you may have some other hobby. So, hobbies are uncommon or different to people. The people have hobbies not only to pass their free time but also to do something useful. Most of the people, they like to make their hobbies as a useful one. Yes, how the hobbies help people? Yes, let us see. Hobbies help people to learn new things, to relax after a tiring day, and to energize their body and mind. Thus, hobbies help people in these 3 ways. Yes, let us see the first unit, prose. The title of the prose is Hobby Turns a Successful Career. Career means a job or profession. The title means that how a hobby turns into a successful career. Here, some pictures are given. See, the girl is painting. So, painting may be her hobby. And here, a young man is cooking. So, cooking may be his hobby. Here, a young girl is doing something in garden. So, gardening may be her hobby. Here, a girl is cycling. So, bicycling may be her hobby. So, the hobbies are different among the people. Yes, let us see the first unit. Unit 1, prose. Hobby turns a successful career. This first unit have 3 sections. That is, unit 1 prose have 3 sections. And the first unit, that is, the section 1 is about a young boy or a small boy named Money. Let us see about Money and his hobby. Yes, once there was a boy named Money and he was studying at the school. And he was studying in the school in a village. And he found it difficult to read and write. And his grandfather noticed it. And he liked to help him. So, he helped him by reading bedtime stories. After that, Money started reading on his own. And now, he enjoyed reading and also has started writing his own stories. And this is the essay written by Money. And the things mentioned by him are writing is his hobby. Many feel that writing is tough, but he likes writing and make it as his hobby. Do you know? At first, he find difficulty in reading and writing, but now writing is his hobby. And he feel writing is painting our voice. That is, writing is like painting our voice. And when he get free time, he pick up a pen and a notebook and start painting his ideas in words. That is, while he find free time, he started writing. And then he write stories and poems. Sometimes he may write about his own feelings, and while he was writing, his mind relaxes. Now, not only he relaxed, but writing energizes him. That is, writing gives him energy. He says that how he feel when he write things. Yes, while he writes, he feel that he was in the world with magic and magicians. And he was in his best imagination while he was writing. So he told that his imagination is at its best while he was writing. And he imagined a world with magic and magicians. There, while writing, he imagined that he can fly and birds can talk. Writing helps him completely immerse into that world, that is that imaginary world. And sometimes after finishing the story, he used to say that stories to the small children. And the small children like his stories. And the happiness of their faces make him to write more and better. So the small children like his stories and it make him to write more and better. Is how his hobby helps in school. Let us see. Hobby is writing and it helped him in school. And when he started writing things, at first he was unable to describe them accurately. But now he was able to write and describe whatever he liked. And it made him a good writer. He can also describe things better. And there is no problem with writing English essays or stories. For example, in school, you may be asked to write a paragraph or essays. So, he told that nowadays he find no problem with writing English essays or stories. Then, learning new things. Now, he started learning new things. How to write fiction and non-fiction. Do you know? Fiction means imaginative writing. For example, you may hear that science fiction, that is using some ideas we may imagine and started writing. That is called fiction. And non-fiction is based on, that is about the facts. So, here he started learning how to write fiction and non-fiction. And at last he told that he had a wish or a goal, that is nothing but he liked to become a writer like R.K. Narayan. Do you know? R.K. Narayan was an Indian writer and he was also a leading author of early Indian literature in English. So, he had an ambition to become a writer like R.K. Narayan. And here there is an additional information that Mr. C.N. Annadurai, that is our former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, had the hobbies of reading and writing. And also, he wrote many things, that is many books, stories, plays, and thought-provoking articles. And nowadays it helps us to read and to reform the society. So here writing makes everything changed and the life of money was changed due to writing. Yes, here the hobby of money is writing. Yes, let us see the second section, that is section 2, and it is about a young painter named Ajay Kumar Garg. Ajay Kumar Garg is a very talented young artist in Jaipur, Rajasthan. And his childhood was going well until he suffered an injury at the age of 3. Ajay was treated, but that treatment left him permanently deaf. Now, after treatment for the injury, he was permanently deaf. And his father bought him a paint set one day. And on seeing this, Ajay started painting happily in walls and also in papers and floors. He looked happy while using the paint set that was gifted to him. Soon, Ajay's father realized that Ajay was talented in painting. And when Ajay was 5 years old, a court artist of Dholpur, Rajasthan, Sri Shwalal, saw his painting and was very impressed with his work. And he started training Ajay. Yes, let us see about miniature painting. Miniature painting is a very small and highly detailed painting with a single hand brush, which needs knowledge of preparing color combination, brushing and painting. And miniature painting is an ancient art in India. And Rajasthan is famous for this painting from 16th century. And do you know, colors are made using vegetables, minerals, precious stones as well as pure silver and gold for this miniature painting. Yes, now after completing his education, Ajay tried tailoring, but that didn't make him happy. So he went back to painting. And Ajay mastered these techniques, that is preparing color combination, brushing and painting. And he became an artist of traditional Indian miniature painting. And he was taught by Asha Devi. And Asha Devi taught Ajay the old and dying technique of traditional Indian miniature painting. And he uses, while he was painting, Ajay uses a magnifying glass and a single hand brush. Do you know, a brush used for miniature painting is a single hand brush. And after he was talented in that, he exhibited nearly 150 paintings. And do you know, out of that 150 paintings, 144 were sold. And the works, that is, his work was shown throughout India, the United States and the United Kingdom. Yes, after that, he became popular. And in 2004, Ajay was awarded a National Award of accomplishment from the Indian President Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. And he was actively involved in the welfare of the peoples who were having hearing impairment. Yes, after he was awarded, he actively involved in the welfare of people with hearing impairment. And he became the member of the Deaf and Dumb Association in Rajasthan. And also he gives free training to hearing impaired children and also for the children in an orphanage. And do you know he had a current goal, and that current goal is to revitalize, that is to re-energize the dying art of traditional miniature Indian paintings. And thus Ajay turned his hobby as a successful career. Thus, the hobby of Ajay turns into a successful career. Yes, section 3. It is about a young girl named Ilavalahi. I hope you may know about the indoor game Carom. Carom is a tabletop game of Indian origin, and it is also a popular indoor game. I hope you may know that it had 9 black coins, 9 white coins, 1 red coin, and it is named as a queen and also a streaker. Yes, here Ilavalahi is a well-known carom player, and she was awarded a lot. At first, she was a daughter of A. Irudayaraj, a district level champion in carom. And do you know that he liked to achieve a lot, but unfortunately his family did not encourage him. So he determined to achieve his dream through his daughter, and his daughter is named Ilavalahi. Yes, when she was 2 years old, her father took her to the tournaments, and he began coaching her when she was around 5. Yes, she was started playing the match, and the first match was with her father, and she won that match. She won a match with her father, and that gave her confidence. So she was confident that she defeated the district level champion in carom, that is her father Irudayaraj. So it gives her the confidence led her to win Asia Cup, SORC Cup, and the World's Championship in carom. And before that, we have to know about her family. And Irudayaraj was a fish cart driver who transports materials like pipes to make a living for his family. And he had a wife and 3 daughters. And they have lived in a small one-room apartment in Vyasarpadi, Chennai. And it was too small, and a small one-room apartment in Vyasarpadi, Chennai. And there is no space to keep her trophies. The trophies she has won over the years are too many, and her home is just not big enough to keep them. The trophies left over after filling the space under the bed were given to the neighbors and relatives. Yes, there is no space to keep her trophies. So they were given to the neighbors and relatives. And financing, that is, they don't have much money for the trip. So it is always a big trouble for her. Financially, as they were poor, there is no money for the trip. So it always like a big trouble. And playing for the state and she was playing for the state for nearly 14 years. For 14 years, she was playing for the state. Even now, she still says, victories follow me. Yes, here, now she is playing for 14 years, and till now the victories are following her. So she says, victories follow me. And Now, Ilavalagi is a member of Tiruvallur District Carom Association and represented India at the Carom World Champions, Asian Champions. Yes, let us see the achievements of Ilavalagi. 5th World Carom Champion 2008 in France. And women's singles title at the 38th Senior National Visakhapatnam, that is in 2009. And the next one is women's singles title in the 37th National Carom Championship in Chennai 2008. And then 13th SORC Carom Championship Women's Doubles with Rashmi Kumari in 2009. And the 2-time SORC Carom Championship Women's Singles title in 2009. And World Cup winner in 2006, and the next was the 2010 championship in the US, where she secured the first place in both singles and also doubles. In singles and doubles, she secured the first place. Do you know that Ilavalagi holds nearly 260 medals? And the medals won in national competitions are, that is, gold 106, silver 17, bronze 12, totally 135. And then the medals won in international tournaments: gold 111, silver 9, bronze 5, totally 125. If you add 135 and 125, you will get 260 medals. Thus, she holds, that is, Ilavalagi holds 260 medals. And her hobby of playing carom took her to the level of World Championship. Thus, the hobbies had the effect to change our life. So, here Ilavalagi's hobby of playing carom took her to the level of world champion. Yes, now let us see the hobbies of the three. That is, Mani have the hobby of writing, and Ajay Kumar Garg, his hobby is painting, that is miniature painting, and Ilavalagi is playing carom. Thus, these three, their hobbies in their life, their hobbies change into a successful career. So, just have it's like these three people, you too change the hobby as a useful one for your life. Mani, Ajay Kumar Garg,